Hey y'all, it's Anime K-Man. Today I'm going to be reading the 5th episode of Kaguya Sama Love is War. And I got to say, this episode was just comedy gold. And let me explain why. Because what I really like about Kaguya Sama is, while it does have funny jokes, it sometimes steps beyond the boundaries of that. And it actually shows character development on some of the side characters, because there was a previous episode where this boy was asking Shinomiya for advice on how to confess. And then I like how it went full circle when you have the chick that was confessed to asking Kaguya on some love advice on how to break up because she's unsure how to handle the situation. And then when you have Chaika and Kaguya mention how she should just keep in with the relationship and that she's feeling those feelings because she actually likes him. And then it ends off with these two doing charity work. That was an adorable scene, and it shows that this anime is more ambitious than other animes when it comes to romance. Because at the very least, while necessarily Shinomiya and Kaguya aren't getting into a relationship right now, at the very least, Shinomiya and Kaguya have gave off romantic advice that has helped other people, and other people have had the romance happening as the series is progressing. So that's why I feel from the story department, this anime is doing really well. These side episodes, or seemingly episodic scenes, are not really episodic, and they actually fit in the grander scheme of things, and that's what makes it really good. And then aside from that, this episode was pretty funny with the way it built up jokes. Like, there was a sequence where Kaguya literally destroyed her tire, looked up with the weather report, prepared this elaborate plan to try to have Shinomiya pretty much be the one to share the umbrella with Kaguya, so that they can share an umbrella, but it'd be Shinomiya taking the approach. And then with the narrator just speaking epically and all this shit, made it into like the most epic umbrella sharing scene I've ever seen in any sort of media. So this episode also gets extra points just for that, because it shows the humor is unique, and it's super hilarious, and it just made me laugh multiple times. So that's another thing of what made this episode great, and why Kaguya Sama Love is War is so great. It can just take anything seemingly mundane and just make it epic. And that's what really helps give this anime its identity. And then, aside from that, the story being pretty good because we've got good comedic scenes, good developments. I also like how it's increasing the bonds with Chaika and some of the other characters, because there's a sequence where Shinomiya is trying to learn how to serve the volleyball, and I like how it leads into hilarious sequences where our poor girl Chaika is trying to teach Shinomiya, but he does stupid shit like close his eyes while trying to serve the ball. And then they train for hours, and so he learns how to serve a ball while keeping his eyes open. And then next he has to learn how to serve and do more advanced shit. And then when it finally ends off after a week of training, it was cute how you have Chaika actually put on gym clothes and have a whistle just to train Shinomiya. And then when you have Shinomiya actually sleep in the gym after intense training was a nice, adorable scene, and it was pretty cool too. And then when it ends off with fucking Shinomiya looking badass, and then Chaika's all, I've raised him, he's like a son, and then she's crying, and then Kaguya's all confused. Well, it was a sweet and adorable scene. And that was a great way to end off that portion of the episode. It was amazing. You got character development between Chaika and Shinomiya, because they've at least bonded a bit closer, and at the same time it was also humorous, which is something that I really love about this anime. Because there are animes that have comedy, but you don't see any semblance of character development, and then there are shows that try to be comedic, they have character development, but they're not exactly funny, and somehow this anime manages to have comedic timing and character development simultaneously, and that's what really makes this episode pop, and that's why I felt it did well from the story department. Not a single scene was wasted, and then that's why it also succeeded from the character standpoint, because seeing like the comedic scenes where Kaguya would break the fucking tire of her own car just to get into a scene where she can use an umbrella with fucking Shinomiya was funny, and then when it ended off with Chaika giving them an umbrella to use and making Kaguya's plan and Shinomiya's plan fail because they each wanted the other one to use an umbrella so that they can get a romantic edge, but it didn't happen, and it just ended off with both of them sharing like an umbrella with like them feeling defeated. But I thought that was a cute scene, because at the very least it did show Kaguya and Shinomiya bond at the very least. even though it was just subtle. And that wasn't a great way to end off the episode too. And that's why I felt this episode also popped from the character standpoint. Just makes these characters much more lovable. And then art animation were on point. If there's anything that this anime always does well, it's the art animation. There hasn't been a single episode where I thought, man, this anime is ugly as shit. Nope. Everything looks great. And you can tell the animators love Chika because she was like doing this like thing with her fingers. And it was just super well animated. You can tell she's one of the favorites. And you know what? Fuck. She's like my second favorite character in the show, only behind Kaguya being number 1, Chika 2, and Shinamiya's 3 in the order of the characters I like the most in the show so far. And the soundtrack was great because it made made simple humor scenes seem epic. Voice cast was great. And that's why I'm going to rate this episode a 9 out of 10. It was just so well executed. And for anyone that hasn't checked out this anime yet, just check it out. It is a fucking blast. This is like the funniest show this season. Definitely my favorite comedy show. So anyways, guys and gals, leave my thoughts in the episode. Come down, your thoughts in the episode below in the comment section. Rate the video, subscribe if you want to see more reviews and reactions. And I'll see you guys later if you subscribe for more. And share this video if you don't want to. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.